Williamson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin van Lukener certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.
Hello and welcome, Sidecarcross fans. We're halfway through the season and it's time to remind ourselves of the highs and lows of this dramatic sport. If the size of the crowd at the opening round meant anything, it was going to be a good year. It all kicked off in Belgium, where Sidecarcross has been a family affair for decades. The deep sound of Lommel proved a stern test for even the best. Reigning champions Marvin van Lukener and Ben van den Boogaard took third in race 1 in the face of fierce opposition. But race 1 winners Julian Velman and Glenn Janssens came unstuck in race 2.
We had a big crash on the place where we passed Daniel Willemsen in the first heat. We touched him with the sidecar wheel on his rear wheel, and it was a crash with full speed, so it was a big crash. Yeah, I needed my goggle and to get back on the sidecar, but after a few laps I got pain in the neck and in the back, so I stopped. We were on place 30, so 30 is no points.
Last year's runners-up Koen Hermans and Nicolas Mousset fought hard but found life a bit difficult.
It was not a really good weekend for us. First we did talk about this race to ride this race safe. We were still happy with the results because we had points. The year before we lost a lot of points there. So it was not really bad, but I think it could be better there. I like the sand in Lommel and the feeling it was all good. But the luck was not there, and it was the 4th place, I think.
Hermans was not alone in his frustrations. Another man happy to get the sandy track over and done with was passenger Nicolas Mousset.
Yeah, in Lommel the season started not good. First race we crashed in the start. So we have to come back, but not easy in the sand. Of course, Koen is a good driver in the sand, but me not. I try to do my best, and the beginning of the season was not very good. Last year we have only win 1 GP and some race, I think, and this season is new season. We have tried to do the best in the winter. We have tried to find something more, and we have changed also the things. And of course, to win the GP and the race, it's the team won. So it's really good, and now it's more and more better.
Marvin and Ben followed up their third in race 1 with second in race 2. That gave them overall victory, and they kept the red plate.
Yeah, after a great winter with a lot of celebrations, it was nice to come at the home GP in Belgium with the red plate as number 1. We didn't expect that we were going to win because it's a sandy track and that's not our favorite track. But we won the first GP, and we were very happy about that and a little bit surprised. So for your own people it's always nice to win.
Ben's wisdom and experience, twinned with the youthful skill of Marvin, certainly works.
We train again a lot, like every year, and we start the season very well. We train very hard for sandy tracks. So we never expect that we can win and hold the red plate. So, but we did it, and at the end of the weekend we were very happy with the whole team.
So it was a good way to start the defence of their title and sent a strong message to all would-be challengers. Talavera de la Reina in Spain was stop number 2 on our tour of Europe. About 100 kilometers west of Madrid, Talavera is rich in local culture, and we were treated to it. Who would have thought that just outside this sea of tranquility, this historic and ancient city, with its stunning architecture and murals, a different world was about to explode. Race day, and the fans were here in numbers. As they met the teams, the anticipation built towards what would turn out to be a brilliant Spanish Grand Prix. On a track which had bad memories from a big crash last year, Valentin Giraud banished his demons, got his head down and took race 1 victory with his new passenger, Andres Haller.
I won my first heat and that was awesome. And yeah, it's really nice to do that, and it gives a feeling of, yeah, I want more of this.
But there was no more. In race 2, and a cloud of steam and smoke, it was game over.
Quite good start, and we had a nice battle with 5-6 cycles. We was on the way to the podium, but on the last lap we had an engine problem. That's not bring you to the finish.
Earlier in that race, a huge battle between the front runners ended with a massive crash for Arne Diokins and Robbie Bax.
Our team came the inside, and with the bar from the passenger, he touched my ribs, and they break the rear brake. After the big table jumps, we want to try to brake, but there was nothing. So yeah, then you're always too late, and then we got a big crash. Actually, that was real.
Koen Hermans and Nicolas Mousset took their first victory, with the reigning champions having to work very hard.
Start of very bad for us on Saturday. We had DNF, so we need to start 2 times of the second row, and yeah, it was a hard fight. I think we are very fast on that track, but yeah, it results. Yeah, we lose the red plate, so we are not so happy. But after everything from the second row, we are on the podium, so it's not so bad.
Did Ben share that view?
We were, I think, the fastest in the weekend, and yeah, then when you lose the red plate after more than half year, then it's a little bit disappointing. But yeah, that's motocross.
Indeed it is, and that first win in the new season gave Koen Hermans and Nicolas Mousset overall victory in Spain, and that was much to their delight.
After Lommel, it was a really good feeling, because yeah, we came back on the first place, and that's amazing. The track was also really good for us. We had found some good lines, and yeah, the feeling was comfortable, and yeah, we did like it there.
The pair earned the number 2 spot last season, but could they improve one more step up the ladder, I wonder? They certainly looked a class act in Spain.
It's very good to win in the beginning of the season. The second race was amazing there. It's really good for the head, also for the team, for everybody. Yeah, the speed was there, and in the beginning I think it's really good for the rest of the season.
Spain was full of drama, full of ups and downs. Some loved it, some hated it, but that's motocross. Tracks come in all shapes and sizes. Etienne Bax and Casper Stupilis seemed to cope with whatever life throws at them, and Talavera was no exception. They'd had another good day at the office.
If we look back to the GP of Talavera, it was a kind of strange feeling. The week before we had a deep sand track in Lommel, and that was going quite well for us because it's quite close to us, and we liked that track. We came to Talavera, we had some slight problems there in the races, and we finished up, I think, total at 3rd position. It was not too bad, but because it was, finally we ended up with a red plate.
For me, the red plate, I hold it in my hands the last time in 2015, so you can count the years when I hold it in my hands. So it meant a lot for me, you know, and also for my people, for my family, and all the sponsors, you know, who believe in me, never give up, and yeah, it was nice to lead the championship.
So there it is, they're level on points, but the red plate goes to Bax because Van Lukenen at this stage in the championship had not had a win. Herman's sitting there in third, Daniel Willemsen, Luke Rostang, Stuart Brown hanging in there. I mean, he's such an accomplished competitor. He's always up there in the top 6, isn't he? Justin Koiven, Kompolati, Santomans, all these good names have been fighting really hard. Jake Brown and Joe Millard in 15th after Talavera. An awful lot to go at. One top crew missing after a big crash and serious injury in round 1, Britain's Brett Wilkinson and Ryan Humphrey. Brett had high hopes for this year.
My spirits are good, but the pain's pretty high. And real gutted, really, to be honest. But we can come back stronger in a few months and make a good end to the season. It'll be good. Yeah, I've got like a checkup in 6 weeks, and then if they say the bone's healed, then I'll start with heavy training and get back as soon as I can, really. Because to have the season out is too much, really. You want to keep the speed and keep your fitness good. You can't just take a year out and come back. It's too hard to come back then. Yeah, always crosses your mind. Like the first time was 10 years ago in my first year in Sidecarcross, and yeah, then I was thinking maybe I should stop, and then you ride and ride and ride, and then you think it'll never happen, and bang, and then it happens again, and you think, oh, maybe I should stop, but you just can't. You just love it too much, so nah, can't stop.
Yeah, everything was going so good. The preparation in Spain, the Dutch Championships was going well. Me and Brett got on really well together, and it was going good. And obviously, even when we did crash in Lommel, that was our first ever crash we've ever had. So yeah, it's a bit of disappointment, but we're a happy team and we come back from it.
It was off to the land of tulips and windmills for round 3. The Netherlands has a culture and lifestyle all of its own. And it's another nation of fanatical Sidecarcross fans, although you'd never think it looking at these pictures. Sleepy waterways, countless bicycles, an idyllic family life, and picturesque towns and villages. Oh, and did I say bicycles? Yeah, of course I did. Lots of bicycles. Many people might not have heard of Alderbrook, but this weekend it was the centre of the universe when the World Sidecarcross Circus came to town. Under blue skies and in summer weather, the crowds mingled and the teams relaxed ahead of what they knew would be a tough weekend. But for now, it was chill time. Big time. In the GP itself, Bax and Stupilis were outstanding. Van Lukenen still without a win.
We lose 10 points, but finally on the end of the day, I think we need to be happy. We are again on the podium on the sand track.
With 8th and 4th, Koen Hermans was glum. He and Mousset knew they should have done better in the sand of his homeland.
Alderbrook was not so good for us. Yeah, a lot of people were there to support the friends, family, sponsors. So yeah, a little bit more pressure, but the result was not what we hoped. But yeah, we was thinking we have more races to go. So yeah, we will see.
So it's not quite back to the drawing board for Hermans and Mousset, but for sure there'll be some soul searching.
It's home GP of Koen, of course. He want to win, also me. But yeah, also the track was not easy there. It's a lot of sand, bumpy, and we try all the time to do the best. And I think the beginning of the season we have not a lot of luck. we are not lucky, small things, and it's why we cannot win the GP all the time.
But Lady Luck did go the way of Etienne Bax and Kasper Stupelis. They made no mistake and raced to double victory.
GP of Oldenbroek is our home GP, so it's nice. It brings always some little more pressure, but it is great to ride for your own public, and that's what we did. We know that we were in the leader's position with 0 points, so we want to show up and want to show what we can do there. And yeah, the first moto we started at position 14, I think, and we came to the front, and we could even win the race. Something that I did not expect before after the start. And yeah, that was really nice to win 2 heats there and get 10 points in advantage on the concurrence after GP in Oldenbroek.
His satisfaction was shared by the man who's there by his side through thick and thin. This pair really meant business this year.
For Etienne, that is home GP, and at the same time for me and the team also is the home GP, because I have been around the Holland so a lot of years, and you know, those kind of home GPs can always go in 2 ways, you know, or you are too excited and a little bit stressful about achieving the result, or you can change that pressure, let's say, what we put on ourselves to the good results and good performance, and that's what we did in Oldenbroek. Although I did struggle Sunday with some my back problems, but Monday everything was all right, and I think, yeah, we show some good sand skills, what we can do in the sand.
And the end result, the red plate with a 10-point margin from Van Lukenen. Round 4, Cramelin. Time to show you the mean, the moody, and the magnificent. Riders from the top of the world about to do battle. This is a serious business. Young men, seasoned campaigners, they all give it 100%. If you think this sport is easy, think again. We hope you enjoyed that little cameo of our top riders at their meanest. They'd need to be, as weather in the Czech round in Cramelin was not kind. But hundreds turned out for the riders' presentation under leaden skies. It definitely was woolly hat and warm coat time. The track was bad after heavy rain, but not for Arne Jurkens.
Well, it felt great. After last year's crash in Denmark, it was a long way back to fight. I had a hard winter. And then the first GPs, it went better than we expected. The speed was already there, but we had some small issues that cost us good places. It was great. It's good motivation for the team for the rest of the season, and I hope to do more like this.
Koen Hermans and Nicolas Mousset took race 2 by the throat and meant every bit of it.
Yeah, it was not an easy weekend. Yeah, the track was really bad because of the rain and muddy. It was only one line. So in the first heat it was almost not possible to pass someone. In the second race it was more possible. But yeah, it was not an easy weekend, but yeah, the speed was there, and we were really happy with this weekend.
In these conditions, it takes 2 to tango, and Nicolas Mousset used all his experience.
There, we have to do the best start. If we do the shit start, it's not possible there. Also with the weather, like you say, it was terrible. I think 20 centimeters everywhere on the track. So yeah, the condition was special, but we have find a good line on the track on the second race, and yeah, we have win also the race there, and it was crazy, and also the big battle with other team.
But with a win in a second, finally Marvin and Ben were in business.
It's always great to take the lead in a championship. But yeah, Kremlin is one of our favorite tracks, and we could win there. And we were very happy and motivated also. We knew that it was possible in Kremlin, and we did it, so yeah, we're very happy about that.
So the reigning champions mastered the Kremlin mud, and they did it in style. Marvin and Ben were back on top of the world, well, for now at least, and the pleasure was all theirs.
Yeah, before we like very well this track in Kremlin, and yeah, the weather was crazy, so it was for everyone very difficult, but yeah, we did a good job. Yeah, it's a little bit disappointed that we not win the second race, but yeah, we take the red plate back to us, so we are very happy.
And that is what it's all about. That red plate has really become symbolic. And why not? So, after Kremlin, 167, 161, Marvin van Leeuwen 6 points ahead of Etienne Bax. Koen-Hermann's still there, Willemsen in 4th, Sanders consistent, Stuart Brown good as ever, Valentin Giraud, bad luck for him, but he will recover, I'm sure. Julian Veldman there in 11th, Koiben, Van Verven, the Koosh cousins, Christoph Santemans, Jake Brown in the hunt. We're reviewing our season so far, and there was a new kid on the block this year. Amazingly, one of the fair sex. Her name, Kelly De Bruyne.
Since I was 5, I was driving by a solo bike. And 3 years ago, there was a race where everybody can participate with a sidecar. And I will do it with a girl. And the race went very well, better than solo driving. And after that year, the father of the girl asked me to drive the whole year with Jitske as passenger. So I did it, and after that I drive last year with my brother and became champion in the amateur federation, and like that I was starting now my 3rd year on a sidecar.
Yeah, Kelly is a girlfriend of Ben van Borgaert. He was my personal trainer last year, also this year. And he asked me if I want to ride with Kelly. So I thought, yeah, if I can help Kelly to reach her goals, it's a fine feeling. So it's good enough for me.
My friend Ben van Borgaert was a little bit pushing it, and he said, yeah, try it, you can learn a lot. And also Jens said, I will drive with you when you will do some GPs. So I said, okay, we will do 4. No, I don't do it, he said. I will minimum 6. And then we look at what was possible, and yeah, we decided to do 6 GPs.
Incredibly, Kelly qualified in her very first Grand Prix. Amazing.
That was a big surprise, I think, for everyone. I didn't expect it. It was an amazing feeling.
And how about coming from her usual sandy going to hard stuff like this.
I think it's better for me because I love the hard tracks. And it's completely different. We drove now a whole winter in sand track and now back on the hard track it's difficult again.
Yeah, there is no big difference. She rides good on the bike and the feeling together is really good, so it's okay.
So is Kelly destined to become the highest scoring woman in this crazy sport, I wonder?
First of all, we try to qualify as much as possible, and then I try to took 3 points in the World Championship. Then I can call me the best woman of the world ever. Yeah, that's our goal.
Kelly wants to be the fastest woman on the sidecar, so she has to score more than 2 points, I think. If I can help her with that, I'm very happy about the season.
This race was a major milestone for Kelly and Jens, more than they could ever have dreamed of.
It's amazing. I still can't believe it. My goal was to take 3 points and today I took 4, so it's amazing.
One of the delights of this sport is the diversity of location, and round 5 took us to Bucha in the Ukraine, where the culture and history just jumped out of the walls. The beauty and calm atmosphere surrounding this idyllic place belied what was just around the corner. Right on the doorstep of this beautiful city, World Sidecarcross was about to burst forth. I want to say burst. That's exactly what I mean. Just take a look at this. The Ukrainians know how to run a Grand Prix, and with the track so close to the city, a big crowd was guaranteed. They made the most of the occasion, and I think the teams quite liked the attention too. Then it was down to serious matters on this purpose-built track. Who would do the business here, I wonder?
Yeah, of course, it was all new, but I didn't like the track really much. Yeah, it's better than the other track in Ukraine. But yeah, on Sunday they have put too much water in the morning, so it was for the whole day, it was not really good. But yeah, the speed was there, but also some problems, and yeah, that's not what we wanted.
Well, Kern, as they say in the sport, it's the same for everyone, and when the gate drops, the talking stops, or does it?
Bucha, it was really nice. The city was good, the track also was good, it was good weather, everything was there. Also there was not lucky for the second race. First race it was 2, I think, and the second race we started very good, 2 or 3, but we have a mistake in the slippery corner with water. So we back in the end to 4, I think, and 3 overall, and yeah. Also the luck was not here, but we are fast on the track, we know, and the speed is here. So now we need only a little bit luck, and of course we can win a lot of GP.
For reigning champions Marvin van Luken and Ben van den Boogaard, it was a mixed weekend, but they still came away with good points.
Yeah, it was a strange weekend for us. We had a crash like we never had before together, Marvin and me. Yeah, small injuries, but I think on the end of the weekend we could be happy. The pressure is still there, and I still believe that we can fight for the title. It started very well on Saturday, good feeling on the track, good results, bad starts, but yeah, it was okay to start on Sunday. But on Sunday, yeah, the first race we make a big rush, and yeah, we need to start from last position to fifth, but yeah, Bucks win this race, so it was a lot of points for losing us. But yeah, second race we are again second, but we're losing again that red plate.
But for Etienne Bax and Kasper Stupelius, Ukraine felt like the best place in the world. It was double top, maximum points.
GP number 5 in Kiev was a brand new track for us. We never been there. Kasper was driving last year there with Daniel together to test the track. But yeah, I was really looking forward for that because I knew that in Kiev and in Ukraine overall they love the motorsport and they know what to do, and that's exactly what happened. Yeah, the track was perfect. Everything around, all new buildings, the perfect podium. I think yeah, many GP organizers can take a look at that because it was really nice, and that brings more entertainment and more for us, let's say. And to win that GP was very special for us because yeah, we had a bad week before, so we had a bad week in Kremlin, and we really want to do good in Ukraine because we wanted the red plate back, and that's exactly what happened overall. We took even a whole shot, something really unexpected. I always thought I need to look back because it's a red flag situation or something, but it was really a whole shot, and yeah, you know, that gives confidence for the future, and yeah, we just love what we did there, and we had a solid race. It was a long time ago. It was maybe 1 year ago that we took a whole shot. So yeah, everything is going to roll on our side so far, and hopefully we can manage that till the end of the season.
Everything dropped into place for them, and the fight for this year's title was really on.
You know, in this sport, the confidence is a big thing. You know, and if you have a good weekend like Oldebrook, then you are up in the game. And when you don't win or you don't score the podium like in Kremlin, then you're a little bit down, and you wanna come back strong. And that's what we tried to do on Bucha. Although Saturday was not that good for us and we struggled with the bike setup, but team came together and put a lot of work in it. The mechanics worked really long hours Saturday night, and Sunday the bike felt great, and yeah, it was great to take a whole shot and go home with 1-1 feeling, and red plate back in our hands and on our bike. And overall, I like Ukraine. I love the country. I spent all week there, so I have a lot of friends there. So it was special for me.
So it was onwards and upwards for Etienne and Kasper's, red plate in hand. It was bonjour and bienvenue to France when round 6 moved to Plomion. This was in the heart of French motocross country, quite close to the Belgian border. Full of bars and restaurants, Plomion was proud to have a GP back in town. Race day dawned under blue skies, and the motocross-loving French fans flocked in. They had a local hero in Valentin Giraud. But this was close to Belgium, and one or two would be rooting for Van Luckener, and Van den Bogart. As it happened, they did not have the best of weekends, as you will hear.
We had a crash in one of the last laps on the high-speed part of the track. We are both okay now, but yeah, we are a little bit disappointed. We lost a lot of points. In 2016, I came here with also a gap from 20 points behind the leader, and we left Kivioli with 30 points ahead, so there's nothing going on. We are still motivated and try to do our best, and you never know what's going to happen in one weekend.
But the dream of the fans came true. Valentin Giraud and Andres Haller came out on top.
Yeah, two things. The first one is my last GP win was last year in Castelnau, also in France. So it was more than 1 year, and yeah, after that I struggled a little bit with also the injury of Elvis. And for the second thing was 2 weeks before the French Grand Prix, we had a bad crash in Ukraine, and I was not able to drive on the Sunday with my wrist. So after that, I didn't know how the future will go, but the weekend after Ukraine, we had French Championship, and it was not easy at the beginning with my injury. I was a little bit on stress about the pain, but we won that race, and after that I knew that that I can be fit for the next weekend in Plomion. It was my home GP, and I wanted to do well. And like I told to some people, it's not always true, but home GP means most of the time good result for me. First race we didn't get a good start. We was something like 6th, but we came back first to the race, and second, third, GP win, so it was a good weekend for us.
In Kivioli, Estonia, for round 7, some of the teams embarked on a special training program. This was designed to improve race technique, racing skills, and passenger fitness. Did it work? Well, we're not sure, but they all had fun. This was another purpose-built facility with a special platform for the autograph and meet and greet sessions. After 12 consecutive years of running Grand Prix, Kivioli Motor Festival was about to take a well-earned break. And the legions of fans made the most of it. Most of the teams have been coming here for years, and they appreciate the Estonian support.
Yeah, I think this year for everyone, for people, for support sponsors, it's a very nice year. I think all the races are with big battles, so it's very good for the sport. But last year, yeah, was perfect for us. After the second GP, we take the red plates, so and we hold them to the last of the season. So yeah, we will see what's bring the rest of the season, and yeah. We hope for the next race also very good battles, and yeah, we will see.
Yeah, for sure you want to improve. Last year everything went perfect. Yeah, now we're struggling sometimes also. We had some races that we were the fastest one but didn't win. But the battles are good and fair, so yeah, we enjoy every moment of the race.
For us it's only one option, and it's to fight for the red plate.
It's necessary to get everything on point and do your best every GP and finish every race. That's the most important thing.
I think when you have the chance, you never, yeah, you want to win it all the time, the same what title it is. So yeah, like I say, it's just one option, and it's to win hopefully this title again.
Hermans, we know on the end of the season he's quite fast, so yeah, he's definitely one of the biggest concurrents. When you're a reigning champion, then you're not happy with the second place, and of course our goal is to be champion again. We are working very hard, but yeah, the other teams are doing the same. So yeah, it will be a big fight till the last GP, I expect.
Nothing then is more certain. Everyone this year has upped their game, and ambition burned like a fire inside Etienne Bax. He and Kasper Stupelis would take no prisoners in search of that title.
Yeah, the consistency at this moment is very important for our team. I think for our team, let's say, because not only for me and Kasper, but also for the rest of the team. Last year we did struggle a lot. We had injuries, we had broken bones, and we had many things what kept us out of our concentration and kept us back from the podium. So to be consistent right now, to be nearly every GP except Kremlin on the podium, gives us confidence, and I think that confidence we need everybody needs this confidence to win GPs. So yeah, it's just good, because all that work what it gives in the week time and all that sacrifices you need to take to do this sport, it can set you really back if the results are not coming, and injuries and bike problems are coming. That really can set you back. So it is good motivation to finish almost every GP in the podium and to do good. That's what you want.
This is what I say. The confidence is a big thing. You know, it can sometimes when you put the same amount of work, and when you are not whole shooting or not putting the fast laps in and not winning the races, then you start doubting yourself. Well, what did we wrong? And this year I would say we changed a little bit our program, but not like huge. And you know, we did not broke our bones in beginning of the season, and that confidence stay with us. And yeah, we try to be consistent, but in this sport you can't lose the attention, because it can change anytime, you know, like every race, every lap, every second something can change. So yeah, we need to be consistent, don't lose the focus, and move forward from now on.
True ambassadors of the sport, Bax and Stupelis are indeed inspirational.
Yeah, it would be great to take together with Kasper, with my friend for a long time, to bring that title home. Okay, it's very far away now, and I don't want to get feeling in my head that we can do it or something. We need to stay realistic and stay by the point. We need to look weekend by weekend, but yeah, for me and Kasper it would be great. We have a long history together, and this can make the history even more nice, and so I really hope that we can manage this.
I think as more calm we will be as a team, as better the result will be for us, because we are the ones like mechanics, and we with Etienne, we are the ones who never give up, and we always try to fight. And sometimes that fight and will is way out too much that we need to, you know, like sometimes if we cool down, we ride nicer and smoother and at the same time faster. So I think if we stay calm and believe ourselves, believe our skills, yeah, it will be all right. Over my career I did race with a lot of good riders, but with Etienne our relationship is good. We understand each other on the bike. I think we have both the same styles a little bit on the bike, and we can read each other's mind. And also, what is important, we can laugh and enjoy the life besides the bike. So yeah, not even with him, but also with the team. You know, like those guys like mechanics, they put huge amount of work in the bike and everything. So it would be great for sure. This is why we are here, and this is why we race World Championship to win this title. Sure.
For this moment, the battle with Verluchten and Van den Boogaard is real, and we go up and down with the results last 3-4 GPs, and we just both want that red plate so hard that we do everything what it takes, and it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. You want to do good and you want to get loose with the points, but it is what it is, and good battles is always good, for sure for the fans, but also for us. It keeps you sharp, and it keeps you want for more. So for me this is good what is happening now, but as long as we are winners in the end, it's okay for me.
The road to success in this sport is a hard one. There is pain, there's heartache. But would they change a thing? What do you think?
Williamson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin van Lukenes certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.